Thank you for joining Algoma University today to talk about the options you have available to reward all of your hard work that you've put in your diploma as you continue your academic pathway towards a degree. For those of you who are new to Algoma, we traditionally start our gatherings, ceremonies, and celebrations with a land acknowledgement. Given that we are not all in one specific location for this virtual presentation, as part of today's land acknowledgement, I would ask that each of you take the time to reflect on the First Nations people of the region in which you are located, or in a place of these lands that has touched you, and think about the personal commitment you have and make it a part of your responsibility to care for, appreciate, and respect Mother Earth and all she provides. We wish to acknowledge that we are in the Robinson-Huron Treaty Territory, the land of the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, specifically the Garden River and Batchewana First Nations, as well as the Métis Nations. We also acknowledge that we are on sacred lands set aside for education as envisioned by Chief Shingwak for our children and those yet unborn. So to make you aware who's with us today, today we have Dr. Rose Cameron, Director of the Department of Social Work and Associate Professor. We have Megan Boston McCracken, Social Work, Field Education, Admissions, and Community Engagement Coordinator, Taylor Gerling, Enrollment Specialist, and I'm Megan Magic, the Pathway Specialist and Assistant to the Registrar. So no matter which campus you choose to study, Algoma University ensures that your experience is unique and remembered. So why choose Algoma University? Algoma University is one of Ontario's smallest universities with a student population of just 2,000 across 3 campuses. So our students are guaranteed to have a truly unique experience. We boast a 14-to-1 faculty ratio and an average class size of 25 students. We cap all of our classes at 75, so you'll never be in a classroom with hundreds of other students. Whatever your background, you'll never feel out of place at Algoma University. We have a very diverse campus with 40% international students and 14% Anishinaabe, and the rest of our student body is unique as well. We have a makeup of high school graduates, mature students, and college pathway students. We also acknowledge that pathway students have a very busy lifestyle, so we offer part-time and full-time options for all our programs, as well as flexible class schedules with 3 intakes per year. We offer experiential learning in every program, including co-op and work-study opportunities. So just to give you an idea, before we jump into transfer credits, just to give you an idea of how our courses break down into credits. So one course is equivalent to 3 credits. One full-time semester works out to 15 credits, which would be 5 courses. A 3-year degree is equivalent to 90 credits, and a 4-year degree is a total of 120 credits. So how does diploma to degree work? Well, firstly, you need to apply for admissions and have your transcripts formally evaluated. Transfer credit is based on your GPA, so what admissions is looking for is to ensure that you have a 2.5 GPA in order to be eligible for transfer credits. If you have a 3.0 GPA or greater, it will allow for maximum transfer credit recognition. They're also looking at the length of the diploma program. So whether you're coming from a 2-year diploma, a 3-year advanced diploma, or a 1-year certificate, and they're also looking at the degree pursued. So how closely aligned is the degree you're choosing to the college program, as you'll receive more transfer credits if they're closely aligned. Credits are frequently applied to the elective credits, so you may have more core courses to complete than elective credits when you're pursuing a degree. It will shorten the length of time you have to complete the degree because you won't have to complete the transfer credits. And the nice thing is, once you've accepted your offer, you'll be assigned a faculty advisor. So he or she will be able to work with you to help you select the courses you have remaining and just ensure you're taking the necessary foundational courses to move on to the upper year courses. So now we're going to be chatting about some pathway options for the Child and Youth Care 3-year Advanced Diploma program. So we're going to cover 3 programs that receive a significant amount of transfer credit from your program. If you don't hear a program that you did have your heart set on, feel free to reach out to us at the email that's available at the end of the presentation, and one of us will be happy to do a transfer credit assessment and let you know what transfer credits you would receive into that specific program. I'm going to turn it over to Taylor, and she'll chat with you about some transfer credit opportunities.
Thanks, Megan. So the first program we're going to go through is the Bachelor of Arts in Psychology program. Now, the BA in Psychology is offered as a 3-year or a 4-year honors option. Typically, students coming from your program would enter the Bachelor of Arts stream, but just as good to note, we do offer a Bachelor of Science. You will receive less transfer credits if you are interested in the Bachelor of Science in Psychology, but it is still an option to you as a transfer student. Students in the BA in Psychology program will learn about the study of personality theory and personality development. They'll learn about general relationships between brain and behavior and key components of human and animal motivation, including physiological, behavioral, cognitive, social, and emotional aspects. Students in the 4-year honors option will also have the opportunity to complete an honors thesis, which is a massive research project in your focus of study. You also have the option to participate in things like co-op and research beginning in your first year as well. So co-op in university is paid and it is available to every single student at Algoma University, whether you're inside the psychology program or you're taking another program with us. So again, just a great way to pad your resume and make sure you're really well prepared for whatever you choose to do after you graduate, whether that's graduate studies or whether you choose to go right into the workforce. For students coming from your program into the Bachelor of Arts in Psychology program with a 3.0 GPA or higher, you will receive 60 transfer credits, which equates to about 2 years of study towards either the 3-year or the 4-year honors degree. So if you're coming in for the 3-year BA in Psychology and you receive those 60 transfer credits, it'll only mean that you only have 30 credits or 1 year to complete your 3-year degree. If you're coming in for the 4-year honors option, it'll take about 2 years or 60 credits to complete your 4-year honors degree in the Bachelor of Arts in Psychology program. Now, that being said, if you're coming in with less than a 3.0 GPA, doesn't mean that you can't come into the program, just means you'll receive less transfer credits. So again, you have to achieve that 3.0 GPA or higher to receive the maximum transfer credits. The next program we'll highlight is the Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, which again is offered as a 3 or 4-year option. In the 4-year option, we do have the option to complete an honors thesis. Students in the BA in Sociology will learn about the social factors which affect the behavior and development of children and adolescents. You'll learn about social issues that relate to education and various research methods. We'll look at social inequality like gender, sexuality, cultural identity, and race relations. And we'll look at economic inequality like poverty, globalization, and free trade. Students looking to come into the Bachelor of Arts in Sociology program from your program with a 3.0 GPA or higher will receive 45 transfer credits or 1.5 years worth of study into the 3-year degree and about 60 transfer credits into the 4-year degree, leaving you with 45 transfer credits remaining for the 3-year, which again takes about 1.5 years to complete, or for the 4-year option, 60 transfer credits or 2 years to complete the 4-year option. Now I'm going to pass it over to my colleague, Megan Boston McCracken, to highlight some of our Bachelor of Social Work program.
Hello, everyone. So just to give you a little more information about our program, students do attend and come into our program from a wide variety of paths. So we do have students such as yourselves that come through college. We have mature students who have maybe been working in the field or have taken a break from school that choose to return. We also have students that are coming from high school. So people enter the program from all different paths. Our program is unique in Canada because it's social work that focuses on Northern, rural, remote, Indigenous, and Franco-Ontarian communities. We look at Anishinaabe history and perspectives, critical anti-oppressive and anti-racist perspectives, as well as generalist, feminist, structural, and strength-based theories and approaches. One key thing that I want to highlight is that it both integrates Anishinaabe values, such as the 7 sacred teachings, as well as core social work values from our college and Canadian Association of Social Workers. So we're looking at both codes of ethics and the importance of both of those in the program and the courses. Students in our program do up to 700 hours of field placement in the final year. We've listed here some of the different placement opportunities that have been available to students in the past. You can see that it's very, very broad. Students coming from your program are all often interested in the placements that involve children and youth, but there are other options as well. Some of our students may be really interested in working with adults or seniors. We have students that prefer more sort of counseling clinical type of placements, whereas other students are more interested in community-based organizations, in working on social justice or grassroots groups. So as my role as a field coordinator, I would work with you to talk about where you're hoping to go when you graduate, what your areas of interest are, so that we can try to facilitate the best possible match for you. And on this next slide, again, it just lists some more of the different placement opportunities that have been available in the past, and also highlights that we do have a campus in Timmins, so some of the organizations that have provided student placements there as well. So to apply to our program, you would have to have a minimum of a 2.0 GPA. With a 2.5 GPA, you would be able to earn transfer credits. And with a 3.0 GPA, you would earn the maximum number of transfer credits. So the maximum number you could achieve is 45 credits towards your degree, which would mean that you would have 75 credits left. As you're coming from college with really rich practical hands-on experience, especially in your program, you may be eligible for a reduction in your field placement hours. So in planning for your field placement, we have an information session for students, and I would explain all of this to you, but you could apply for what we call a field placement challenge, where you tell us about your field practicum experience and work experience, and you provide a resume and some references, and you may be eligible to have up to 250 hours knocked off of your field placement. In total, the program takes about 3 years to complete when you receive the maximum amount of transfer credits. One of the most important things to highlight for you is that our program is a professional program accredited by the Canadian Association for Social Work Education. This means that when you graduate, you are eligible to register with the Ontario College of Social Workers and Social Service Workers. Social workers are in high demand in Canada, especially in northern, rural, and remote areas, and many different positions may require a BSW and registration with the college. We do have intake September, January, or May of each year. And another important piece to note is that our admissions process is a 2-step process. So students enter into years 1 and 2 from some of the different paths I mentioned earlier, whether it's from high school as mature students, a second degree, so on and so forth. And then students apply to the professional years, which is years 3 and 4 of our program. So typically for students entering the BSW program from your program, they would typically start in September, and by that January, you would be applying to the professional years. Just to give you a sense of what that process is like, we would host an information session for you to walk you through each step. So I would walk you through what the application form looks like, which asks you some general information about yourself, the experience, both employment experience and volunteer and placement experience that you're bringing to the program. And then also there's an assignment piece that looks at information about you, why are you interested in being in a social worker, your values and perspectives, and pieces like that. And then once you're admitted to the professional years, you can enroll in those courses in years 3 and 3 and 4 of the program. If you are coming with those maximum transfer credits, then it may mean you have a reduced course load in your upper years. So some of the upper years electives you might have transfer credit for, and that is really helpful to students when, they're busy in the upper years. Things get heavier as you go, and then also with your field placement, then you have a little bit less pressure on you that way. Then I also wanted to tell you about our social welfare certificate. So this can be taken as a standalone program, or if you are interested in one of the other programs that you've heard about, or any of the other disciplines at the university, you maybe want to add the social welfare certificate to what you're doing. So it consists of 30 credits. There's the introductory social work courses, so Introduction to Social Welfare in the North, Introduction to Anishinaabe Structural and Feminist Perspectives, Political Economy of Social Welfare, and Human Services Organizations. And then there's 18 additional credits that come from either Community Economic and Social Development, social work courses, and Sociology. And just to highlight for you that a minimum grade of 70% is required in those 4 introductory social work courses.